Well, this 100K account might be finally cooked. Today was another tough one for me on this trading account. It's Friday and I'm here again to wrap up the week. Not so proud of my trading honestly this week, and so much so today. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this account has been like pretty much on a down ever since I started. No, I've been on this account since last year November. So it's actually been 6 months since I've been trading this account. 6 months or close to 6 months. And yeah, there have been moments where I've been disciplined. There have been moments where I've been following my rules, but for the most part, I've been just trying to get this account back into profit, try to recover this account, but honestly, at this point in time, it might be done. It might be done. I'm currently sitting at half a percent, $566 away from max loss, and yeah, like mentally, I'm just not there with it. You know, today I lost another $1,200 trying to make some money again, and I'm currently down 1,500 on the month. Can it be recovered? Yes. Can I recover it? I honestly don't even know. You know, I've been trying to get some good trades, but like today, it's honestly my fault, and no excuse about it. You know, I took I took a few too many trades, as well as I did not execute when I should have executed. You know, um, yeah, and this is the end result. Down another 1,200 for the day and the day and for the month. You know, it's been up and down, back and forth. Like I've been trading mainly. I've been trading NASDAQ. Honestly, today I got distracted trying to trade another account at the same time when I was trading this, and that was the main reason that the trade that I would have caught that would have recovered the account, I missed out on it. Alexa, pause the music. I missed out on that trade. Now let me go into the price action and show you the executions and show you how I messed up. So as you can see here, price action was very volatile. We had quite some big moves in the markets today. Some big moves in the markets. And like we traded over from the from the previous from the daily high to the low. Hold on, like this thing just disconnect and reconnect and just throw off everything. So yeah, from the daily high to the daily low, I think this has been 300 points. 300 points, you know. And today ended the week ended and with a up close candle, and we pretty much went pretty much close to all-time highs. We didn't quite get up there, but we ended up trading higher, coming down, trading higher again, and then closing back at the lows. Now let me show you the executions. Like I said, now I started out the day um here. I did not trade the London or the overnight session. I was watching price actually, but I did not take any executions. Or did I? Let me see. Yeah, I did not take any executions before um, and down session. Now the first trade of the day was right here. I think this is around 9 o'clock before market open. I tried to take a sell here. Just a one lot I put on and just set the stops above here, and pretty much immediately we just spiked up and it took it out. So I started the day in the red here for about $35. So it's a 35 point candle took me out. The next trade executed right here. Tried to catch a buy, and I got stopped out right here on that buy. My idea behind this trade, what I was looking for is that we would have run to the highs. I was looking for us to run higher. Stopped on the long, so I thought this pullback was enough, was sufficient, and we would have went higher. And yeah, I got stopped out there right before the 10 o'clock. After that, I tried to long again here with a pretty tight stop, got stopped out there again immediately, and I tried to take another buy right here. Now this went into about $400 at the highs there. I thought that the manipulation to the downside was already in, being as we opened the 4-hour candle right here. I thought this was enough and we would have been going up, and the Judas Swing was already in. Now, honestly, this wasn't a bad trade. It was in the macro. We got the push down lower. We came into a higher time frame PDRA that I'm going to show you. I don't remember if it's an order block or it's a fair value gap, but we came into it perfectly and I executed on the displacement. So once we came down and swept these lows, I took the entry right here and right here, and I could have partial, but I did not. It wasn't enough for me, and I did not take the partial. I wanted us to just run higher from there. That was my thought process. Now it came down, and this is where I lost, like, I don't remember how much. Let me actually check. I lost on this trade, I lost $320 and $200. So basically $500 I lost on that setup. Now I was looking at another account at the same time because I took the trade on two accounts. And that was the reason for me not even catching back the execution here. It was around, this would have been around 10, a little bit before 10:30 to be exact. A little bit before 10:30. Let me measure this. Yeah, 10:22 when we had a displacement to the downside again, and we did a deeper sweep, taking out these lows, taking out this low, taking out this low, and coming deeper into some more discounted PDRA. When we did that, I was thinking that yes, it definitely I go buy now. You know, it definitely I go buy now. It's actually a 15-minute OB 15-minute fair value gap, as well as a 1 hour. Is it a 1 hour? 1 hour order block. Yeah, it was a 1 hour down close candle that we come into with that stop, and I thought it would have been a good place to execute. So I took the trade on one account, and by the time I was supposed to switch, I just psyched myself out, flustered, and I just watched it play out on this account while I was monitoring the other account. Now that is completely my fault, because one, I shouldn't have been trading both accounts at the same time, and two, I could have entered. I sat here and I watched price just play out without me. But that isn't even the worst part. It is after that I did the big blunder, you know, because I missed out on all of that price action, all of that trade, and we actually run for, let me see, because I had the correct bias. This all of this push, I knew it would have happened. I saw it playing out from the 10 o'clock open here, and when we crossed over here, like the market is in an uptrend. We came into discounted price action and knew we going to go up. I wasn't interested in any of these sells or anything like that. Here, I wasn't interested in any sales. I was looking for buys. Buys. Now, we had an inversion here. We had a change in the state of delivery. We had a retest of this breakaway gap here. And that was enough confluence for me to enter. The only thing was that I did not enter. I hesitated, one, because I did not want to take another loss, and two, because the account is so far in drawdown, but I could have at least put on some risk. Now, I waited, watch it play out. When we finally flipped the 4-hour candle green, I waited until we came and respected this down close candle, and I executed here and catch this little move right here. I partial out like 6 lots. I was break even, then I partial out like 6 lots because I saw I was kind of slowing down here. But at that point, I was just trying to make up back the loss for the day. So instead of really trading the rules, trading my system, I was trading the account, trading the drawdown, and it's been like that for a couple of weeks now, a couple of months now, just trying to get out of the drawdown. And yeah, I executed partial here, partial here, partial again, but it wasn't enough. I was down 500, or no, I was down a little bit more than that, and then I made back like 200 and something dollars. If I should go over the history, I made back like 200 and something dollars. Where is it? $285. And I told myself that I was calling it a day. I sat there, I was watching, I was on the phone with a friend, and I was just watching, and I should have just possibly just shut down the computer, just walk away, and the discipline just left me, and I watched until we ran to all-time highs. Honestly, I was even going to execute again right here, because this would have been another beautiful entry right there. Executing right there would have been another good trade. This would have been a beautiful trade. Retest of this OB, even this next one with the fair value gap, and would have caught this push going back into the highs right there. This would have been enough for me, and I would have been green on the day. Tell me why I did not take that trade. I just sit there, I watch it, I did not execute. We ended up pulling back again, shooting up again. I think they finally swear in Kevin Warsh as the new federal chairman of US, and it kind of caused some volatility here, where I pull back and then just shooting off there again. Yeah, so we ended up spiking back into all-time highs, and we actually created perfect all-time highs there, perfect equal highs. Then now we started to revert, and I thought we would have pushed higher into the close. I tried to long here several times, risking some small $100, trying to make back up some of the money, and that is where I just pretty much lost it and brought the account all the way down to here. So all of these losses that you see down here, all of these losses down here after, see $123, 2021, 108, 118. All of those, and if you look at the lot size, pretty tight stop. These stops have been less than 10 points. Just trying to catch along, trying to buy, and every time it go up, give me the entry, I just come back down and get stopped out. Like, this could have been completely avoided. I should have just ended the day there. I should have just stopped trading, but that is the thing with trading. Like, this is where discipline gets the better of you. This is where self-control comes in. This is where your psychology and all of that, trading your rules and all of that. But it's just really discipline. I wasn't disciplined, and every time you break your rules, every time you are not disciplined in trading, it's going to cost you. You're going to lose money. It's going to cost you, either you're going to blow the account or something, you know. And when I'm looking back at this, like, it could have been completely avoided, you know. Will I do it again? Probably, you know. It's not the easiest. Like, you have complete autonomy over your account, over your rules. The market doesn't care about you, and you have to execute your edge. You have to not um try to micromanage the trade, try not to lose, try not to predict the outcome, all of that stuff, you know. And yeah, because of the drawdown, because of the need to make money, trying to recover the account and all of that, that is where it got me. Now, I'm going to still try to recover this account. It's going to take even longer. I have to cut my risk even more, maybe risking even $50 or $100 per trade, trying to take less trades per day. And my vacation is actually over. Like, Monday is a bank holiday, so not expecting much action in the markets. And then Tuesday is my last day, you know. Honestly, I feel bad in myself. Honestly, it's been defeating. I've been at this for a while now. I'm not so proud. I thought I would have been doing better. I was expecting better results. But what do I do? I told myself this is what I want to do and I'm not going to give up. So I just have to wheel and come back again. You know, trading will take everything from you. It will make you lose everything. You know, you can lose yourself with this thing, but it is the one of the most rewarding and and profitable things you can do. Once you figure out yourself, and that is where I'm at right now, figuring out myself, why I keep doing this, why I keep making these mistakes, why I keep chasing my tail. Because honestly, all of here could have been avoided. I don't know why I just kept executing, pulling the trigger every time. And the market clearly had met the daily objective. We had already run previous daily high from early out. Previous daily high was all the way down here. We ran it from early. And we went so close to previous weekly high that I thought we would have taken it, and we didn't. And I kept chasing it, even when it's a Friday, it's the end of the week. It's close to market close. I just tried to catch it. And we roll over. This is a clean breaker structure. And in the moment I wasn't seeing that. I was looking at bullish price action. Even when the 15-minute candles just kept coming down like this, I was thinking buys, 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 because I don't like to flip my bias like that, you know. And yeah, that's the result, you know. But I really have to do better if I really want to do this full time. If I really want to make this a source of income, I really have to drape up the risk management, drape up the psychology. And it's not even risk management, because if it wasn't risk management, the account would have blown. It's really the discipline, FOMO, trying to make money, and you know, chasing your tail. And every time you do that, it going to cost you. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not so proud of making the video, but what I tell myself, I'm going to be honest, because you really have to be honest with yourself with this. You can't hide from yourself. And yeah, I've been on a journey. I've been trying to do things differently, trying to be more disciplined in other areas of my life and everything. And this week was one of them weeks that were just kicking your balls. Like, it just take everything out of you, you know. And when it's not trying to make money or trying to catch trades, when you're executing your edge flawlessly, because honestly, I know enough. I don't need any more improvement and strategy, reading price action. The market is just maintaining the discipline and self-control, you know. Usually when I'm at work, I would have executed my 1 and 2 trade, and either you take your win or take your loss and done. But I'm at home now, and this is the result. So I'm definitely still not ready to go full time, you know. So yeah, I just have to dig deeper, be more disciplined, find some more structure, find something else, and just try to get it to work, cause it has to work, you know. So yeah, that is it on the execution. That is it on the account. Now let me show you how price played out and what I was looking at on the higher time frame. Now I'm expecting market to go up to 30,000. That's my prediction on NASDAQ. I'm expecting us to really run up. We're pretty close to it to run up to 30,000. It's just a few hundred points away from 30,000. A few hundred points away from 30,000. So this is actually 500 points away, you know. Um, at all-time highs, and the price action on this hasn't been the cleanest. Like, it's still a headline driven market. If you notice, a bunch of weeks here, I wanted to be trading over here. So again, I took the time off from work the wrong time, and yeah, did not execute as what I want, like trying to force your will on the markets, and that is never a good thing, you know. So we end at another down on the week and possibly another down month, you know, because I really have to go take it slow now to try to recover this account. And yeah, so this is where we close on the weekly time frame. So we ended up flipping the weekly candle up. So Tuesday ended up being the low of the week, traded back down into it. Wednesday, Thursday up, and Friday we push up and close a little bit off the highs. You know, that's how we close. And on SPX ES, this is how we look. Pretty much similar. And US30, I think we hit all-time highs again finally. Um, but still pulling back. So a little bit stronger there on the price action. So all-time highs taken over here. So yeah, expecting us to probably run up into 51,000 going into um, probably the rest of the month. But we could roll over. There's still a rumor selling me a go away. That is still possible. We could just actually roll over here at halfway or pretty much at mountain, because it's only 1 week left in May. So we could actually roll over here, you know. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. So open with a gap up, premium gap, consolidated through Asia, run up into London, pull back, coming into pre-market, and then just get clapped around in New York. You know, that's the 1 hour time frame. On the 15 minutes time frame, this is how we looked. Traded up, down. So perfect open, low, high, close there. And sell here in New York, in London, late London, buys here in, again, pre-market. And this was the main trade of the day for me right here, that I did not get to capitalize on. And even going into the end of the day, lunchtime, we had another push there before we gave up back everything. Now, with the new Fed chair and still uncertainty in the markets, because there's still tension between Iran and US, um, we could still have some more escalation, and that could further affect us going into mountain. So let us see what they actually do. You know, going to really slow down on this thing and try to see what I need to do better to change, to improve this thing. because I really need to figure it out. At this point in time in my journey, I really need to be doing better. You know, can't be preaching one thing and basically doing the opposite. So, you know, another lesson learned, and I have to just lock my tail, lick my wounds, and come back again. So, that is it for today's video. That is it for this week. I will catch you guys next week again and see where the journey takes us on this account. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Peace.